Fumio Kishida is a Japanese politician, serving as the president of the Liberal Democratic Party. Kishida also served as Minister for Foreign Affairs of Japan from 2012 to 2017. A member of the House of Representatives, he also served as the chairman of the Policy Research Council of the LDP. He won the 2021 LDP leadership election, and it is expected that he will be elected Prime Minister by the Diet in early October 2021. Kishida was born to a political family in Shibuya, Tokyo on 29 July 1957. His father and grandfather were former politicians who were lower house members. And also, former Prime Minister Kiichi Miyazawa is a distant relative of his. He went to elementary school in the Queens borough of New York City because his father was posted to a job in the city at the time. Kishida studied law at Waseda University and graduated in 1982. At Waseda, he was friends with future politician Takeshi Iwai. After working at now-defunct Long-Term Credit Bank of Japan and then as a secretary to a member of the House of Representatives, Kishida was elected to the House of Representatives in the 1993 general election. Representing the Hiroshima 1st District, Kishida served as Minister of Okinawa Affairs from 2007 to 2008. Firstly in the Abe cabinet and later in the Fukuda cabinet. He was appointed State Minister in charge of Consumer Affairs and Food Safety in the cabinet of then Prime Minister Yasuo Fukuda in 2008. Kishida was also State Minister in charge of Science and Technology in the Fukuda cabinet. He was close to Makoto Koga, leader of the Kochikai faction, one of the oldest inside the LDP, and assumed control of it in October 2012 after Makoto Koga announced his retirement from politics. Following the LDP's victory in the 2012 general election, Kishida was named Foreign Minister in the cabinet of Prime Minister Shinzo Abe on 26 December 2012. He became the longest-serving foreign minister in post-war history, unseating Abe's father Shintaro Abe. He helped to arrange US President Barack Obama's historic visit to Hiroshima in May 2016. And gained attention in 2017 when he appeared alongside comedian Pico Taro to promote a UN program. He was not in favor of the appointment of Toshihiro Nikai as LDP Secretary General by Abe in 2016. Against the wishes of Kishida's own faction, which was seen as an attempt at blocking generational change inside the LDP. In 2017, Kishida left the cabinet to take over the chairmanship of the LDP Policy Research Council, a position traditionally seen as a stepping stone to leadership of the party. He sought this position in order to improve his chances to succeed Abe, as the foreign minister post had relatively little influence within the party. Kishida considered running in the 2018 LDP presidential election, but he was persuaded by Abe not to run, with a suggestion that Abe would later support Kishida as his successor. By mid-2020, several senior LDP lawmakers had shifted their support from Kishida to Chief Cabinet Secretary Yoshihide Suga. Deputy Prime Minister Taro Aso was quoted as saying, "Kishida is for peacetime, not for troubled times." One factor in this shift was an unsuccessful proposal by Kishida to provide a 300,000 yen stimulus payment to households during the COVID-19 pandemic. After Suga won the 2020 LDP presidential election and became Prime Minister, Kishida was not offered a position in the Suga cabinet, although his faction obtained 2 cabinet seats. On 29 September 2021, Fumio Kishida defeated Taro Kono in a runoff vote to become the leader of the ruling Liberal Democratic Party and replaced the outgoing party leader Yoshihide Suga. He received a total of 257 votes from 249 parliament members and 8 rank-and-file members to become Japan's next prime minister. Kishida is seen as dovish on foreign policy and lukewarm about revising the pacifist constitution. Following the political philosophy of his own faction, Kishida has pledged a humane diplomacy based on the peace constitution, the Japan-US alliance, and the self-defense forces, and that he will seek to strengthen Japan-US relations and to promote the free and open Indo-Pacific strategy while counterbalancing Chinese political assertiveness and military presence in the region. Regarding Chinese influence over Taiwan and Hong Kong, Kishida has stated that the Taiwan Strait may be the next major diplomatic problem, following China's clampdown on Hong Kong, and that Japan should seek more cooperation with Taiwan despite being the leader of the moderate Kochikai faction. Kishida, like many other LDP members of parliament, is affiliated to the Parliamentary League of the ultra-conservative organization Nippon Kagi. During the 2021 LDP presidential race, he called for Japan to strive for a new form of capitalism to reduce income disparity, saying neoliberalism and deregulation have widened economic gaps in society. Kishida is in favor of retaining nuclear power technology, which he says should be